you're never gonna guess what we're doing this time. We are so back. We got Sonic the Hedgehog in Fortnite. I've already got the Sonic sprite. I've already played this, full disclosure, as you can tell by me having the Shadow the Hedgehog skin. So I've been a little tapped in. I have only played Zero Build. I've only played solo. And it's been so long since I've played this at all that it's pretty much like they got me in the bot lobbies. that's what's going on. They've got me in bot lobbies, although they might not have me in bot lobbies now that I've won one. So I actually might just lose terribly today, but we're going to see. I'm not good enough just on a given, what is today, Monday? I'm not good enough on a given Monday, especially after work and especially before dinner, to just like dominate. But yeah, we're here anyways because I wanted to play some Fortnite. And I also might be running low on some shorts to spam the shorts algorithm with, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Anyways, I don't know what y'all think about this, but there's a bathroom in the office, right? There's a public restroom, and well, public to the people in the building. I feel like in my heart, when you go into a bathroom that is like a urinal and stalls kind of situation, you close the door if you go into the stall, no matter what. Apparently, that's not a universal truth, because it seems like there's more than one person in this scenario who goes into the bathroom just to take a piss, right? They gotta take a leak, and instead of going to the urinal because the urinal's occupied, they go into the stall, and instead of closing the door and then using the toilet, they just leave the stall open, and then like standing piss in the toilet, which is fine. Like, it's like fine, in my heart, but it feels weird. Like, I don't know. I think you should have to close the door. Like, I think that just comes with the stall as you close it. It's like the door to the bathroom. You don't go into somebody else's house and like piss with the door open. That's weird. The only reason it's acceptable with the urinal is because there is no door. That's at least my opinion on the matter. Also, I did not mean to throw that. But I don't know. It caught me off guard. And then it just like, it has happened I've noticed it more than once, on more than one occasion. Or I'm like already in the stall and I hear somebody do it and I'm like, I did not hear you close that door. It's like, I know you just kind of went into the stall and now you're using the stall, but you didn't close the door, which I feel like is an integral part of using the stall. That's like a core component of the stall is the door. But what do I know? What do I know about anything? Yeah, I've also noticed there's a strange number of people, it seems, in the workplace that go for the dap up instead of the handshake, and it makes it difficult for if you're not familiar. It makes it. I'm gonna lose this. Yeah, I didn't have a close range. Oh, he had a radar rifle. He's just like better than I am, but it's hard to know whether to go in for the dap up or the handshake if you're gonna like default to the handshake and then they go in for the dap up, because it's like a whole different hand motion. You can't. It's hard to salvage the situation if you go in for the handshake and then they try to dap you up, or you go in for the dap up and they try to handshake you, because it's like a different part of the hand you're aiming for. And it's even worse when they try to go for the dap up lean in ordeal and you go for like the handshake, because it's just not salvageable. You just have to tank that, and that's just an L that it's one of those things that like probably bothers you for like a couple hours and you don't really think about it again, but for those couple hours you're gonna be like, man, I picked the wrong one. It was a 50-50 shot. Although really it's not a 50-50, because I feel like most people are handshaking. I feel like that's the default norm is handshaking, but it's like 70-30 handshake dap up, And it's not even just like dap up of like the age range, like the 20s to 30s age range. It's like all ages are doing the dap up. I don't know. I mean, there's no way to judge it. There's no way to judge it because the intro movement is so similar, and I'm focused on like trying to lock in their name or whatever that it's just. I mean, you just have to pick one, and you have to hope you're right. And really, if you're doing the smart play is to pick the handshake because most of the time it's the handshake. But if you're wrong, it's so hard to salvage the handshake. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been watching the. Well, I say I've been watching. I watched episode 1 of Lanterns. Episode 2's out when I'm recording this. I haven't watched it yet. I think I'm going to watch it in a little bit. I thought the first episode was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I know that's sort of a controversial opinion. I can't really get the read on that. To be fair, I haven't been locked in on the discourse of that online. It's mostly the people I've talked to about it who have watched it, and they seem somewhat disappointed, but I don't really know what to say to that because I thought it was pretty good, if we're being honest. Not like groundbreaking television or anything. Like, they're not doing anything revolutionary over here, but I mean, for Green Lantern content, I mean, for one, there's not a whole lot of hard competition to make good Green Lantern content, but also it's just like it's like pretty solid. It's like it's could have been really bad, and it's not. It's a little interesting, but I'm trying not to like spoil while also playing the video game. And that's kind of hard, unfortunately. But see, like, that's a bot. I might still be in the bot lobbies. But yeah, it was good. And apparently, like, something crazy happens in episode 2. I've managed to avoid the spoilers so far, so which is kind of why I gotta watch it today, because I know if I wait another day, I'm gonna get spoiled. Which I don't know if I really care all that much, but if I can watch it, like, I might as well. Might as well watch it unspoiled, especially if they're doing like crazy things in this show. Like, apparently there's supposed to be like a bajillion different lanterns or something. I don't know if that's truth or if I'm remembering that incorrectly, but I mean, if there's like even one more different color, it like could be fire, man. Could be awesome. I also saw today that apparently the shot of Hal's suit from the trailer was like all brown and people were complaining about it not being green. I saw that they there's like the one thing I've been spoiled on. I saw that they made it green. They like colored over it green in post, and it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Although I am gonna be honest with you, I didn't hate the way the brown suit looked. Like, not that it was entirely brown, but that it like had brown in it. I know he's the Green Lantern, and he has a green suit. But if the suit isn't going to come from the ring in the first place, and it's just going to be a suit that he physically has, I don't know that it matters if it's completely green, man. Like, are we serious? I think it being just, like, green in spirit is enough. What the hell? Is this a... What is this? I'm a little confused. Let's get the Rixel parts. Okay. Can I get that? How do I do this? Can I break this? How the hell do I do this? What? I gotta say, I don't understand what's happening here. Oh, is this a real wall? Is that the gimmick? I see. It would be really cool if I could get a better, like, shotgun or something. That'd be kind of beast mode. Oh, this is the wrong angle to be doing this. Oh, that's a good sprite. Big fan of the Sonic sprite. I saw they nerfed the Shadow one, which I guess was really good. I used it one time and was like, I don't really see how this is really good, but perhaps I'm just not high elo enough in Fortnite Battle Royale to really be able to appreciate its glory. How the hell do I get out of here? Okay, there's another guy in here. That is the way? It just clears the path for me? What the? Oh, they're up top. That's not fair. Come on, come on. Oh, come on. No way. No way they're bouncing out of here. I kind of forgot there's infinite of these, I'm not going to lie. Well, okay. I guess we're not getting that Rixel part. Can I break this wall? Oh, maybe I can still get it. I kind of assumed these were all going to be unbreakable. But nope. I do want this chest, though. Give me a cool item, please. The tactical pistol. Okay, that's an item. One of the items of all time. But yeah, I haven't played it enough to... I haven't played this enough to fill out the whole map, as you can tell, which means I also haven't played it enough to know that I can pull out the glider mid-jump. I didn't know that was the thing I could do. I've done it on accident a couple times, but I didn't realize... I don't know. I guess I kind of knew that you could do it intrinsically from having done it a couple of times, but I haven't really wanted to test it because if I just jump off a building and then die, I'm gonna feel real stupid. It's like I have to still be in bot lobbies, man. I'm either still in bot lobbies or everybody who plays zero build is just terrible because there's just no way. The one win that I've got this season. It's a real shame that I didn't catch it on video because it was actually me. It was me chasing somebody. It was the 1v1, and I just chased him in circles for like actually a minute and a half because he had this Sonic dash thing, and he had one of the stupid movement sprites, and there's the shockwave grenades, and he had a 1-up, so he just kept getting away from me, and I was getting real annoyed, but. He wasn't good enough at the video game to actually kill me, so I just had to chase him for a long time. And I mean, I got the victory royale, man. I got it. But yeah, I don't really know what more there is to say about the. Wait, was that a crown? Oh, that was a guy. See, this is probably a real guy. I'm terrible. Okay, we're okay. We're good. We're chilling. Surely his is a better tier than mine, but I want that more. Wow, this guy was kind of kitted up. He should not have died to me. He must have got real unlucky on the spray pattern. Although, does this game have actual spray patterns? Like, okay, I know there's not like a... It's not like a CS spray pattern, but is there like a... Fuck. Is there like a... Like, what's the RNG on that? Like, oh my god, please. I'm so terrible. This is what happens when I'm trying to explain what I mean by the spray pattern when I'm trying to also play the video game. Luckily, we can just run it back again. Also, what is this skin? What is this? Like, what am I looking at? It's just, is that a bathing suit? What is that? Or is that just like the fit? Because there's no way that's just the fit in this. I don't know. Oh, I also watched the final episode of, season finale of My Adventures with Superman, and that was pretty good. I thought that one was, well, okay. Let me phrase this carefully here. We're just gonna talk about TV shows for a second because I just realized I haven't talked about like 5 of them. But, My Adventures with Superman, I thought it was pretty good, although. Pretty good in like the cheesy way that the rest of the show kind of is because it's not. I also wouldn't say this is revolutionary television. In fact, I would almost say it's like mediocre television, but it's just cheesy enough to be fun. I don't watch this to watch serious television, but I just watch this to watch something that's just like kind of happy, you know, kind of joyous in nature. But I mean, it has this problem that a lot of these shows have, these animated shows lately, where they just kind of do things and the plot just kind of moves forward. It just kind of happens. I see what they're going for with the plot just kind of happening in the background of their lives, but it doesn't work when you don't show the plot unfolding because why is the explanation for Superman getting his powers back just like not really shown, except for like I don't a couple seconds where he has like a flashback moment where he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." He's like, "I handled it." Like, just what? Show us. Like, that should have been an episode. There should have been two. The final episode should have been 2 episodes, in my opinion, because it should have been him getting his powers back, and then it should have been like the next episode should have been like a simultaneous time thing where it's showing what's going on the other with the other people, and then he like shows up and it converges for the last like 10 minutes or something, and that's like the final episode of the season. That would have gone hard, instead of just like not explaining things and then being like, we beat them with the power of family, and also Superman like burning himself in the sun for a moment. But you know what, we don't need to talk about that, because why would we talk about that? I don't know. I don't know, but it's still like a feel-good show though, but just not in depth to how much I feel like it could be, especially after the first couple seasons, because I fear season 2 also had this issue a little bit where it was just kind of doing things but not really having a purpose. But the first season, it kind of was like pretty well written story, and they like showed you things and explained it to you, and it wasn't just like, oh, you gotta just trust us here, man. But I don't know, that was whatever. Now, the flip side of that coin is the newest season of Caped Crusader, the Batman show, which was something. I saw a lot of stuff online about people being like, "Oh, I don't know why they haven't like advertised this more, because it's like a really good new season for this show that was already like pretty okay in its first season." Now, for the record, I did not think the first season was like another revolutionary TV show or anything. I think you might be sensing a theme here. I thought it was just like, yeah, this is okay. It's like Batman the animated series if it was like not explicitly for children, I guess. But I think it loses some of the charm in doing that. And also, it just like the first season was like whatever. It felt like they were trying to write stories in a world that had already been established, but it just like hadn't. And season 2 was even worse with that. Stuff was just like happening, man. And they were just like throwing characters at you, expecting you to like care about them because they're there. And it's like, that's just, you can't do that. You have to give me a reason to care about these characters beyond just like, oh, it's Batman on the screen. Because the only times I was actually entertained by the newest season of that show was when Batman was on the screen. And it's not because he's like some awesome Batman or anything. It's just because like, oh, it's Batman. He's here. It's him doing Batman things on the TV. And there's just I don't know. You can only go so far just trying to ride the wave of like, I don't know, just like banking on Batman as a character carrying the show, because the other characters of the show do not carry that. It's like, it feels like everybody's always having a crisis, but then it never gets addressed. They just kind of hand wave it away, and they're like, whatever. Like, don't worry about it. It's fine. We solved it. And then okay, this is one thing I didn't like about it, is because the show kind of does the BTAS thing where the villains just kind of lose just like randomly, and it's just like, oh, Batman wins, which is fine in a children's show. And I know this is still technically like a kids show. I'm not trying to say this needs to be like crazy or anything, but they're trying to put more mature themes in the show, but then they still have like I should have kept the other rifle. That's terrible. But they still have the villains just like on the stupid juice, and they just like fall over, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get you, and then Batman's like, nah, and then he gets them, and it's like, you can only do that for so long on so many things. I could see like a couple people doing that, but like everyone, the only one who that doesn't happen to, if I'm recalling correctly, is the Joker, which is also so strange. I didn't even hate that adaptation of the Joker for the fact that it's like, oh, he doesn't laugh and he's like the serious Joker and he's also German for some reason. I don't really care. Like it was kind of an interesting idea, but he was just like weird. He just kind of showed up sometimes at the end of episodes, and then at the last episode of the season, it was just like, oh, I'm actually gonna like blow up the city now. Yeah. And it's gonna go into chaos and it's all your fault and you're like my twin brother. And it's like, what is happening? And then Batman's just like, nah, and then gets him. But then he doesn't actually get him because he just like, he's the GOAT, I guess, and can just like tank falling off a building and being impaled. Which, like, whatever, sure, it's the Joker, but like, how did we get there? And then also, that whole final episode goes back to the same thing of like, I only wanted to watch the Batman segments because the rest of the other half of the episode was like, I do not care about these characters. These guys all suck. They are not compelling to be invested in. It's just like, you are a means to get me back to the Batman story arc. That's it. And I feel like they could have done more than that because they kind of made like a cool world, but then they did nothing with it. It was just like some random tales of hooligans getting up to no good, and then Batman shows up and he's like, nah, and then gets them. And it was that for the whole season. Yeah. However, even an actually good season of a show that I just finished watching was the newest season of Rick and Morty, which I know a little cringe to be like, wow, I really like Rick and Morty in the year of our Lord 2026, but I think they're cooking again, man. I think they're onto something here because this season, so there were a lot of older episodes where I was like, this is kind of interesting because it would be like, it wouldn't just be some bullshit where they're like, oh, we got to go do this thing and get this thing, and then that's the episode. And it's like, it's funny because we're in situations and I'm gonna just like shoot you. Like, it's not, those episodes are not fun in my opinion as an adult. Perhaps if I was not an adult it would be fun, but like, it's Rick and Morty. If you're a child, you shouldn't be watching Rick and Morty. Like, let's just be real. And but where was I going with that? Oh, the new season has a lot of character-driven episodes. Like, the writing is like cranked up to 11. It's so much better. They're actually dialed now. Instead of just making stupid one-off jokes or like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up and that's the punchline, they're actually like, they're not even, I hesitate to say they're crafting a story because they're not. In fact, they're kind of explicitly not doing that because they got rid of the Citadel and then they were like, yeah, that doesn't exist now. No Citadel. We're not doing that. And also they got rid of the central finite curve a couple seasons ago, so it was like, yeah, that doesn't matter either. It's like, nothing matters. We can just like do whatever. It's like, okay, sure. But I'm terrible. But they've got good ideas and stories within like the episodes. Like they've really dialed in on making good character-driven episodes instead of circumstantial-driven episodes. Did he really have a 1-up? Are we serious? Which I think lends itself really well to Rick and Morty, if we're being super honest, because they just like had that handed to them on a platter, if we're being honest. And oh, that's a bot. And they just like weren't using it because I don't know why, because they have a whole multiverse of like ideas to explore, literally infinite now that after they broke the central finite curve, as stupid as that is to say out loud. But like I think my favorite episode of the season was the season finale, and I'm gonna say some spoilers here, but I mean, it's Rick and Morty, so like, if you don't want to hear spoilers, I guess you should like and subscribe, and then you can come back to the video later and finish watching it. But if you don't care because it's Rick and Morty, my favorite episode of the season was the season finale, because it's like Morty gets trapped in like a universe where Rick is sober, and you get to see like sober Rick, and he wasn't like he doesn't know any of the Rick things because he's just like a smart guy who's like a professor. And it's just an interesting dichotomy to show Morty being like, oh, this guy, like, Rick doesn't have to be evil. He doesn't have to just be like the worst person to ever do it. But then the only way he can help him and like be Rick is to be the worst person to ever do it and become an alcoholic. Like that's necessary. I don't know. It's just like it was just interesting. It was interesting. Interesting thought experiment. And I enjoyed the season. And that is my thoughts on Rick and Morty. Season, I'm not even going to pretend to know what number they're on. Whatever season number the newest one was. I don't know. But, yep. I think that was the last show that I've watched. I've been like, oh, I don't remember if I talked about X-Men 97 or not. I don't think I've talked about that on the channel yet. So, okay. I think this is the last one that I haven't spoken on. X-Men 97, the newest season. I liked it. I wanted to like it more than I did, though. I kind of thought this had the same problem where stuff was just kind of happening. And then also I know that it's X-Men 97, so I can't be like too harsh on it. But people are dick riding it crazy style. And it's just not the most goated thing to ever exist. Like, it's like, whatever, man. Like, it's fine. It's good. But it's not the best thing in the universe. Because stuff just kind of happened, and then they would do things off screen and just kind of like tell you that something happened off screen, and then they would be like, yep, this is what we're doing now because of that thing that happened off screen. I'm like, why didn't you just show it to us? That should have been an episode. Like, it should have been an episode, and then the final episode should have been like 2, maybe even 3, because it was way too fast and there was just stuff happening. Like, I don't know. It was kind of stupid, in my opinion, but also, I don't want to give it the pass because it's X-Men 97 and it should be like, oh, whatever, man. It's animated X-Men show because people are talking about how it's super great, and I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it was enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, it was good. It was good. It just could have been better. It could have been better if they just had... I don't think... okay. So this is another issue, is that all of these shows are getting like 10 episodes. And that's just not enough episodes. Because like the X-Men problem, I feel like would have been solved if they had like 5 more episodes that they could make. Because they just... how do you tell that whole story and give sufficient background to an extended cast of characters in like a dozen episodes? Like, you just can't do that. It's just it can't be done. There's too much to do unless they're like an hour long, and they're not. They're like 30 minutes. There's just not... I don't know. They need more to work with, because I hate to say that they need filler episodes, but they need to be allowed to have filler episodes and have like the B plot that is important to the story, so that instead of just showing us instead of just telling us things happened off screen where it was like too small of an event to make a whole episode out of, it could just be the B plot of a different episode. Like, I don't know. And I know they don't really like do B plots in that show very much, but that could change. It could be like, that could be something. They could, with more time, they could maybe do some cool B plots. I don't know. Because it's also not like they don't do them. They definitely do be doing them. The final episode had a B plot. What was that? Oh, extract to master. Why is everybody like right here? Why is everybody converged on this spot? I'm so excited for Overshield. I'm so excited to die and lose and get 10th place. Okay, whatever, man. What is the 8-bit shotgun? I've seen the sprite, haven't used it, but Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. I guess we're not getting the victory royale today. Luckily, I already got the umbrella, but yeah, I think that's it. Adios.